During the watch party live stream before all hell broke loose, I made it abundantly clear that I have no interest in going after the head coach. All I care about the rest of this season is JJ McCarthy's development. The head coach is going to do what the head coach does all the time. Whatever, I'm over it. And the team against the Baltimore Ravens today in a loss as the Vikings fall to 4-5. Final score 27-19 at home. The team undisciplined with 13 penalties, unprepared. What else is new? We could talk about the officiating crew and the screw job they gave the Vikings time and time again, but I don't want to talk about that. JJ McCarthy is my focus the rest of the season, and quite honestly, he was nowhere near as good as he was against the Lions in this game against the Ravens. There are so many things that he needs to work on, among other things, getting the ball over the defensive lineman, over the line of scrimmage, to where there must have been at least, if not more, than 5 batted balls at the line of scrimmage. And making more accurate throws to where your receivers don't have to jump for joy in trying to make plays or trying to dive low to make plays, doing extra work than they already have to do to catch the passes if they were on point, on target. But that's just the results of a first-year starting quarterback making plays or not making plays and making mistakes and having to get better. I'm not going to eat his lunch for that. It's just the situation that the Vikings are currently in. Hopefully he turns out to be the guy. He's going to need reps and games to get better and better, and he's going to stay healthy. And let's just sit here and pray that we don't go into tomorrow with some updated news that JJ McCarthy suffered this sort of injury and he's going to miss some time. Get better, stay healthy, and hopefully it all works out in the end. We can sit here and talk about Justin Jefferson and the concern of the lack of effort in his showing today against the Baltimore Ravens. And that's fine if you want to do that. I'm sorry. You can sit here and label it me being a Jefferson apologist, or I'm just coming up with excuses for the guy. But God forbid the man looks like he's taken the day off out of 6 years. He's in his 6th season right now. God forbid that one game that we've ever seen where he might be taking his foot off the gas. He has dealt with so much bullshit to where he has had to overcome and put his best effort forward, even beyond his best effort, where he has to try and save the team by himself. So many times he's had to do that. He's been the ultimate professional. That I'm sorry that if one game in his 6th season, that it's the first time we're talking about a lack of effort on the side of Justin Jefferson. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and beat this dude up after all that he's been through with 2 different head coaches. Still doesn't have a playoff win under his belt. He's performed time and time again, every single record that's possible as far as being a receiver is concerned, minus the touchdown records such as by Randy Moss and others. But in terms of every record you could think of, in terms of receiving yards, he has broken or damn near broken. I'm not going to sit here and ignore all that because the first time in 6 years, he may look like that he just didn't give a damn. The fact is, we don't deserve Justin Jefferson. This team, this organization has done Jefferson far more dirty than the one game where maybe he didn't show all the effort possible in his entire career. There's no comparison. The fact that he has not asked out via trade, I want to go somewhere else. I don't deserve this shit, and y'all don't deserve me. The fact that he hasn't done that at all is an absolute miracle. This video is brought to you by Sleeper. Daily fantasy users, sign up for Sleeper to get a free $20 entry with no deposit required. If you do get to the point where you make a deposit, get a 100% match up to $100. Promo code Randy. Terms and conditions do apply. Check out Sleeper today. So Justin Jefferson, don't care if he didn't give it his all today after everything he's been through with this organization. JJ McCarthy, he's going to make mistakes. It's expected. I'm not going to sit here and blow a head gasket off of that. I don't care about the referees, the officials that really just every single game you have to expect for the officiating crew to do something absolutely stupid. They get paid too much money that you can pay me half of what you're paying them to be stupid at a fraction of the cost. And then when it comes to the undisciplined nature of this team, 13 penalties is come to be expected at this point. But I, like I said, did not want to go down this road, but I have no choice but to go down this road. I would be doing a disservice to all the subscribers out there, everyone that follows me, because I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys letting me be just me and telling it like it is. The head coach, man, we got to talk about two specific instances where he absolutely fucked it up and continued to provide overwhelming evidence that he doesn't know what he's doing, that he should not be calling plays. Quite frankly, we're getting to the point where maybe he shouldn't be the head coach. But here's the first instance. This was 3rd and 1. The Vikings are up 10-9. 3rd and 1 with 12 minutes, 55 seconds in the third quarter left to go. 3rd and 1 at the 49-yard line. You just need to run the damn ball. You've been running the ball pretty good for most of the game, especially in the first half. Aaron Jones, a couple of occasions, you got some good plays from Jordan Mason. But this is where you run the football. Even if they know that, even if the defense knows that you're going to run the football in that situation, who cares? A good team on 3rd and 1. We're at the point now in this era of football. 3rd and 1, you get it or you don't get it. And on 4th down, you get it then. Especially at midfield. At that point in time, absolutely. This shouldn't be rocket science. This shouldn't be trigonometry. But KOC makes the simple shit trigonometry. 3rd and 1 at the 49-yard line or the 50-yard line, whatever. In the third quarter, 12:55 left to go. This man calls a doohickey play. CJ Ham is the lead blocker, and you're thinking, all right, we're going to just keep the drive going, get a new set of downs, and possibly extend the lead from 1 to 4. You either extend your lead by 4 points, or best case scenario, you get a touchdown and an extra point and extend your lead from 1 point to 8 points. 3rd and 1, 12:55 left in the third quarter, midfield. You run the ball, keep the drive going. Instead, play action, JJ McCarthy throws it deep to Justin Jefferson. Looks like he slipped or something happened. Intercepted by Marlon Humphrey. The Ravens then use that turnover to gain 3 points, going down from 1 to up by 2. A 12-10 game. Why? Why would you do that? What was the point in doing that? What were you? I'm guessing you were hoping to accomplish single coverage, which you had with Justin Jefferson. I don't know. Maybe he slipped, or maybe we're going to do the lack of effort thing. Whatever. No matter what, you should have never put yourself in that position, in that situation, because you should have ran the fucking football. On 3rd and 1, why is it so simple for every other head coach in the league in that position to run the ball, get a new set of downs, and keep the drive going? But with KOC, he sits there and looks at it as a prime opportunity to say, let me show the world just how smart I am, when in reality, situational play calling, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And it's been the case. We're now in, you came in 22, 3, 4, 5. We are now in year 4, and nothing has changed at all. Ever since 4th and 8, it's been a problem. It's been an ongoing, growing problem, and nothing's going to change. Nothing has changed. And if nothing has changed, who's to say you will eventually make the adjustments? You should not call plays at all. And then the Ravens' final drive, we're getting into the clock management part. You're down 27-19. This is the Ravens' final drive. 27-19 Baltimore with 3:19 left to go. All 3 timeouts the Vikings have, plus the 2-minute warning. We talked about this before. I feel like, two or 3 post-game vids ago, this very type of situation. Clock management at the end. 3:19, all 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning at your disposal. Ravens' final drive. 1st and 10 at Baltimore's 17-yard line. Lamar Jackson goes off for a 6-yard run. And the Vikings, KOC, decided to use the first timeout of the second half right then and there. After a 6-yard run, it's not smart to call a timeout. You still have plenty of time available at your disposal. But a 6-yard run to set up 2nd and short is not a good situation to call a timeout, because more than likely they're going to get a new set of downs. And okay, once they get the new set of downs, then we can go ahead and start using the timeouts then. You got plenty of time at your disposal. So after a 6-yard run and using the first timeout, the Ravens, with Derrick Henry, they run the ball and get 3 yards. And that sets up, oh, by the way, after that, 2nd and 4, running the football for 3 yards to set up 3rd and 1. The Vikings and KOC elected to use their second timeout. So it is 3rd and 1. You only have 1 timeout remaining. Okay? You still have the 2-minute warning at your disposal if you're able to get a stop. But it's 3rd and 1. 1 timeout remaining. What do you know? Ricard, their fullback, up the middle for 3 yards. They get a new set of downs, and then they use their 3rd and final timeout. Are you kidding me? That was terrible. And then, at the end of it all, they got down to 1 minute and 55 seconds left before they punted the ball. Or they punted the ball with 1 minute and 55 seconds left. The Ravens did. 27-19 still, but again, you could have saved yourself so much more time if you had used your timeouts in a more responsible manner. You didn't. You get the ball back, down 8 points, 6 plays, and turnover on downs. The game is over. This, man, I don't know how many times we have to go through this. And I think it's in part my fault, because I see something, I point it out, and the minute I see a mistake that happens over and over and over again, I bring it up and say, hey guys, this has been a recurring problem. This has been a problem with this team ever since KOC got here. That everybody comes up with excuses after excuses for this guy. Oh, well, it's not KOC's fault that J.J. McCarthy threw the interception in single coverage to Marlon Humphrey, or Justin Jefferson should have tried harder. Every excuse we can think of to protect this dude is mind-blowing. It takes so much work to pretend not to see the obvious shit. So much work. But, it's never his fault. It's never going to be his fault. I'm at the point now, bro, and I said this years ago, or I said this on Twitter last year, where I said somebody else needs to call plays. Somebody else needs to manage the offense. Nick Sirianni of the Eagles have gotten to the Super Bowl twice, and they won the Super Bowl once last year. Nick Sirianni doesn't call the plays. He has an OC that calls plays. That needs to be the case for KOC. You don't know what you're doing. You can't call plays. everyone always outcoaches you in the most pivotal moments. And it gets worse by the year. And everybody that wants to glaze this dude, here's the thing about me, man. I just don't give a damn anymore. Okay? The thing about me is, you may think I'm being too negative or that I'm being too harsh, but no matter the case, you cannot deny that I am telling the cold, hard truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. And so for the KOC stands, I know this hurts right now, but this is what it is. KOC needs to get his shit together. We are way past, beyond the point of, all right, you need to get better at play calling. You'll never get better at play calling. You need to give that job to somebody else. Somebody that recognizes the situation at hand and can call the appropriate play at that time. You clearly can't do it. We're 4 years in. You don't know what you're doing. And it's never going to change. Bro, if you don't give, I'm at the point, if you don't delegate play calling duties to somebody else by season's end, bro, forget all that 2026. Let's see what he can do with JJ McCarthy. You're never going to win anything worth a damn. Haven't won a playoff game at all. At least with Zimmer, you won 2 playoff games. You're never going to win anything with this guy calling plays. And if you don't by now recognize that within your own self, then by season's end, you're still doing the same shit. You should be fired. Gone. Thanks to the folks at Sleeper. I really did not want to do this. We will see you next time.